What's a subtle sign someone's actually really wealthy? 1. I used to date a girl a few years ago who had an aunt and uncle that were friends of the family. Over the summer, I was invited to stay a week in their house on the northern coast of Maine. The property was absolutely massive, with a private beach and all, but it was easily explained as being in the family for generations. I love cooking and was asked to prepare dinner for everyone on the third night, making whatever I wanted. They told me to make a grocery list of anything I needed. Being on the coast, I wanted to make some whole cod with family-style sides. I thought they were just being nice and going grocery shopping since I wasn't familiar with the area. The moment I realized these people weren't just well-off but truly wealthy was when the aunt placed a phone call. 3 hours later, a seaplane landed at their dock with produce picked that day, and then a boat pulled up with the cod I'd asked for. 2. I unknowingly had dinner with a billionaire couple. Afterward, I was told about their wealth, and it all clicked. Their clothes were bespoke. Everything fit like a glove. Their nails were perfectly manicured. The wife wasn't wearing typical jewelry. They insisted on picking up the bill. They tipped $100 on a $180 receipt. They were both legitimately nice people, and I genuinely enjoyed talking and dining with them. 3. I got this guy extra sauces at my job, and he slipped me a $20. 4. A bespoke wardrobe that costs more than our cars. No logos anywhere on their clothes. 5. Quietly comfortable about money. It's simply not a subject. Who picks up the tab? They don't care. Their minds just don't go there. If they feel obliged to pay, they simply do. No hesitation, no internal debates. You can see it in their attention, their mannerisms, and their lack of certain stresses. It's subtle but unmistakable. 6. They downplay what their dad or grandfather did. You can't casually tell me someone started a bank in the 80s and not make me smell billions. 7. I work in a niche industry that brings in a lot of wealthy folks. The wealthiest people I've helped are among the kindest customers I've ever had. One turned out to be the owner of the company that supplies half of our product. I didn't realize until I toured their facility a few years ago and was introduced to their CEO. She remembered me and commented on how knowledgeable I was about her products. It was such a feel-good moment. I was in awe. This woman, CEO of a major international company, revenue of $720 million in 2022, still did her own shopping. Not only did she listen to me, but she also took my advice. She has an entire staff of experts, but she liked my ideas enough to implement them. I'd work for her in a heartbeat if she weren't 2 hours away. It was a reminder to always be kind to customers. 8. In my early 20s, I was a bartender at a super fancy yacht club. I was an incompetent employee who didn't even drink alcohol, still don't, and got the job entirely through knowing the right people. The millionaires always dressed super nice and humble bragged about their success. The billionaires wore sandals and clothes from Target or Walmart and didn't stand out at all. One guy sat at my bar for 2 years wearing cheap t-shirts and a 5 o'clock shadow. He just talked with me and the other bartenders about school and everyday life. After 2 years, I found out he was the richest guy there and had been giving the yacht club owner huge loans to keep it afloat. It still went under. 9. Financially comfortable, except with a hobby that functions.